Left side of the brain. Jaguars up. You know, since we've been discussing HPBs and everything, you know, I've come to this reality. We have to treat it like, you know how they say you got to have street smarts? Well, we have to have human prison bar ethics when we are out and about. We have to know how to maneuver around these people and basically have street smarts. Just like if you was in prison. And I've come up with a few things. I've come up with a list of a few things. I didn't write it down, but just through contemplating, you know, number one, you have to respect the boundaries between you and the human-like animal known as the HPB. Let me give you an example. You see, when you don't know a person, you have to understand, number one, you can never know an HPB. What I mean by that is, you can know them by their animal instincts. You can understand how they move about, how they operate, but you can never truly know an HPB, and they can never truly know you. You can only spot them. You can only study their behavior, but you can never really know them. So you have to respect the fact that these animals are exactly that. They are animals. And you can't forget that. Okay? So just like if you had like a pet chimpanzee. Now some people think chimpanzees are like these cute, cuddly animals. But they fail to realize when they grow up, they still have animal instincts. And there have been cases when chimpanzees have actually ripped off the faces of their human handlers because they forgot the fact that this is still a chimp. So likewise, when you're dealing with the HPB, you have to be cognizant and always aware of the fact that this species is different from you and I. So you never know them. Don't ever take it for granted that they are human beings like you. They are not human. So when you get around them, you have to expect certain things like a dangerous situation. Anything can happen. A fight, a stabbing, a shooting. That's why you have to respect your boundaries when you're around human prison bars. It's almost like putting your hand through an animal cage, feeding the animal and thinking that eventually the animal is not going to bite you. That's how it is dealing with the HPB. We have already established that these are not human beings. No matter how much they resemble us, they are not us. They don't have a soul. They can't think outside of their environment. And that's the definition of an animal. So when something can't think outside of its environment, by nature, it feels as if this environment is all that it has. And for that reason, HPBs are very territorial. just like animals. And that's why throughout the history of mankind, there has been so many wars about territory, because that's an animal instinct. And just like animals, HPBs can be very territorial. That's why they fight over anything. If you're walking in a crowd and you happen to just shoulder brush somebody. So I'm just saying, you have to be very careful around these animals, okay? Now, number 2, you have to know how to talk to these animals, okay? You can't make certain facial expressions. You can't stare at them too long. You can't get into their conversations. This is what I suggest. Don't get into trivial conversations with human prison bars. Stay away from political conversations. They don't understand like you. Okay? It's like talking to an animal about something. They don't have the intellect, number 1, to process anything that you're saying. So an altercation is not a possibility. Excuse me. It's not a chance that an altercation will happen. It's going to happen. No chance about it. It's going to happen. You cannot have peace with the HPB. His definition of civilization and civilized is different from your definition. Like we did a video about justice, when I said there's no such thing as justice, and their definition of justice is not real justice. Their definition of peace, they don't know what it is. You get what I'm saying? Because these are animals that we're dealing with. What else? Also, around the human prison bar, you have to know when to relinquish. Okay? What I mean by that. Now, what I'm about to tell you is not telling you to be a pushover, but basically what I'm about to say is telling you to be wise about picking your battles. Okay? So let me give you an example. Like today, I was about to make a left into the parking lot, but another car was leaving out. The car that was leaving out, he was in both lanes. I believe it was a female. Yeah, but that person was in both lanes, so I couldn't turn in. So I didn't make no fuss about it. I just drove down a little further and let them go ahead and have it. Because you got to understand one thing about the HPB, they are looking for problems. They looking for drama. Because drama is a form of psychic vampirism for the HPB. They thrive off of altercations. Again, the HPB system, like we always say, is parasitical in nature. So they thrive off of altercations. They looking for problems. Like we said about females. The reason why females make it difficult for men is because it's not designed to be easy for you. Okay? Just saying that to say the nature of the HPB realm is to make things problematic and difficult. It's about raising your emotional levels so they can drain you of that energy. So that's why you might walk up to a female, and in your mind as a man, you be like, why is it so difficult? I just asked you for the phone number and you gotta look me up and down and do all of these tricks and mind games and this and that. You can be a good looking man. It don't matter. The woman is designed to make it difficult. That's just how it is, because for a woman, a relationship is more than just sex. it's more so about emotional sex. She's trying to gain, you know how some men, when they sleep with a woman, it feels like, oh, okay, I got one in the bag now. To a woman, having a man in a bag means having you stressed out. It's not about because she just slept with you. It's about how much stress she put you through, how much difficulty and a hard time she gave you. She's not satisfied with easy. Oh, yeah, come over. Oh, I'll drop my pants and I'll just bend over. She's not programmed like that. So likewise, the HPB realm is the same way. It's not programmed to be smooth and easy. So with that understanding, you have to get out of their way, just like a train. If you was on a train track and you seen a train coming, are you gonna just stand in front of the train? No, because you know that the laws of physics is on the side of the train. So likewise, in the HPB realm, when you're dealing in their system, it's more of them. They have the advantage. So what you do, you just get out of their way. Become an observer. Look at things from the distance. You don't have to speak to them. Like I was at the restaurant the other day and they messed up my order. Okay, I was at a Mexican restaurant and I asked for black beans and Mexican rice. But what they did, they brought my food out. They put it in the to-go bag. So when I opened it up, I said, I asked for black beans. She wasn't going to even tell me that they put pinto beans in it. And then she said, oh, well, they was closing up and they didn't have any more black beans. So when was I supposed to find that out? When I got to my house? You see, once I gave her the money, she didn't care about me. She didn't care if my order was right or anything like that. But I didn't even get mad. You know why I didn't get mad? Because I realized that it was pointless to get upset. Because she, when I looked at her, I said she's one of them. Really, that's what I said to myself. She is one of them. And every time you deal with one of them, you gambling with your peace of mind. Every time, I'll repeat, every time you speak to one of them, Trivial Human, Establishing Mayhem. I know some of you veterans, you already know, but some people don't know. Every time you speak to one of them, you gambling with your peace of mind. If the conversation, if it goes over 10 seconds, what's up? What up, man? If the conversation goes over 10 seconds, anything over 10 seconds, you start to move into confrontation zone. Haven't you noticed that? Think about it. You talk to a stranger, an HPB, not one of us. See, I call it the 10-second theory. You talk to a person for 10 seconds. In the first 10 seconds, you already know where the conversation is heading. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I ain't doing nothing bad, huh?
No.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you before.
Yeah, man, how you been?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I can't complain. I did recognize your face, man.
Yeah. You're a good brother, man. It's no problem.
Not too much, brother.
All right, my man.
Take care, man.
All right, you too, man. Hold it down. Yeah, that's security officer who work out. He's pretty good. He's a cool dude, man. But anyway, you can find out within the first 10 seconds how the person is and where the conversation is going to go. Like the first 10 seconds. And when you're dealing with somebody that's not like one of us, after that first 10 seconds, because think about it. You say hey to the person. Hey, how you doing? 1, 2, let's count. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Do you know where, how to get to this place? Yeah, it's that way. Oh, okay. So what you think about, and it went downhill, you see? So the first 10 seconds, once you pass the stage of formalities, you get into the realism. They're going to ask you something about a topic or something, and that's where you're going to see the difference between the way you think and the way they operate. You get what I'm saying? Your world and their world, it does not mix. So a storm is bound to brew. When hot air meets cold air, what do you get? A tornado. So a storm is going to erupt after 10 seconds. Hey, you can use the same thing on a woman. You can tell if a woman is digging you or not in the first 10 seconds. All you got to do is notice the sign, the body language. You just notice it in 10 seconds, man. You can figure it out like that. Like I was at Walmart today, right? And I was looking at people, and I was saying to myself, it's amazing how in my life, inside of my brain, I have actually categorized every type of person there is. To the point when I look at somebody, in milliseconds, I have basically figured them out. I'm telling y'all, it's a deep science to it. Like when you look at, it's almost like when you go shopping for fruit or something. You just know when you touch the apple if this is the right fruit or not. So likewise, it's like that with these people. When you got your spiritual lenses on, you can look at these people and instantly get a reading on them. Like you can just tell. You can just tell, man. It's so easy. And it's like, for us United Souls, we shouldn't really be getting in too many situations. Like, whenever I get in a situation, I blame myself. Because I see it. It's almost like I see the red light at the intersection. If I cross the intersection and get in a car accident, I can't blame nobody but myself. I saw the red light. I saw the flags. I saw the warning signs. I felt the premonitions. My spirit already told me. I didn't even have to talk to this person. I just already knew. I already knew, man. You can hear it in their voice and everything. Like, and that's the majority of everybody that you encounter. They are HPBs. You know, and I keep that at the forefront of my mind. Like when I go to stores, if I'm just out during the day, I know I'm surrounded by them. And I literally, I'm not saying this as an expression or figurative, literally, I see these people as animals and I don't trust them. These are like beasts of the field. Literally. They beasts. They operate on a whole different level, man. And not no good level. I mean, that's the reality of it. And here's another thing. Anybody that's not able to see this in 2020, anybody that's asking questions and still don't get it. Now, it's one thing to not know all of the terminology, but when you hear me speak about it, you feel it and you know it's real. That means you are a chosen one because it resonates with you. But it's another thing to still be questioning what we say about human prison bars and the existence of the human prison bar realm. For somebody not to get it or to question it or to doubt it, you are obviously one of them, because the human prison bar is designed to never tell you the things that I'm saying. So the human prison bar doesn't have the, they don't even understand that they human prison bars. Like, we have to identify them because they are the animals. You get what I'm saying? It's like a chimpanzee doesn't call itself a chimpanzee. A chimpanzee doesn't call itself a monkey. We give it those names. So likewise, the human prison bars, they're not going to say, oh, we human prison bars. We not humans like, we humans, everybody's the same. See, I got 2 legs, 2 arms. They not going to be able to identify themselves to you. In their mind, they are, you know, humans. So you are the one that's going to have to know these things. Don't question these things. Okay? If you in a battle, see these spiritual weapons we're dealing with. If you was in an actual battle, you're not going to be on the battlefield questioning your gun, doubting that if you pull the trigger, it might get jammed. You don't question it. You just shoot. Pow, pow, pow. You get what I'm saying? Likewise, we don't question our information. We know it to be true. We live it. This information is embedded inside of us. And that's why you can't find information on the human prison bar realm nowhere but the left side of the brain channel. It's not in books. You can't go to the library and research it until my book come out. But other than that, it's something that develops itself. The understanding of it develops itself. You can look at it all around you. And anyway, a book is just information that somebody wrote on a piece of paper. But the book itself existed in nature before it was even written down. Just like the human prison bar information. You get what I'm saying? So it's nothing to question. So if you find yourself in a conversation with somebody and you may have had a glimpse that they could have been okay, and if you start talking to them, the moment you realize it's a bunch of contention and stuff, just identify them as what they are. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to walk away, change the subject, and just come back to the channel and watch the videos I upload. That's why I upload these videos, to give us a outlet and a haven, you know, to go to. You know, they don't talk about this type of stuff on regular television and things like that. That's, see, one thing about God, the Creator, He made an outlet for all of His creation. Just like they got their foolish stuff that they go look at, God is using me to be the outlet for people like us. You get it? Even though YouTube is controlled by them, you still got a corner deep in the underground of YouTube that you can go to, called the left side of the brain channel. You know, so you can always come here when you want to get your spirit fed with that real knowledge. You can always come back to the left side of the brain channel. So there is no excuse. You know what I'm saying? If you need somebody to talk to, you can always inbox me, email me. We can talk to each other in the comment section. That's why I created this platform. We got clothing now. You can order shirts. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Key. I don't know if you can watch this video or not, but I seen your you inboxed me some shirt ideas. You sent me a Jaguar man. He had like the face of a man and a Jaguar body. It was brown. And I replied to you and I was like, see if you can make it black. Like that's a nice, I like that man. That's a nice little character. I think you used an app or something, but it was nice. I like that idea. That was a good character, you know. And somebody else had emailed me. I couldn't open up your file that you sent. But yeah, like I said, y'all can email me. Oh, I want to give a shout out to I forget your YouTube name right now. You know who you are. You gave me that shirt idea, Stop Having Kids. I was like, oh shit, that's so dope. I said, yo, that's it. I'm gonna make that shirt. That's my next one we coming out with. It's just gonna say, Stop Having Kids. Then I'm gonna have like a baby. You know, like those, what's the name of them signs where it has like the circle and a line? And I'm gonna have like a baby, kind of like the Ghostbusters logo. But I'm gonna have a baby in the middle, like that. And it's gonna say, Stop Having Kids. And on the back, I'm gonna have like, I think I'm gonna like put like human prison bar population, something. I'll come up with something that I'll put on the back of the shirt. As a matter of fact, you know, y'all give me some ideas of what I should put on the back of the shirt. The front will say, Stop Having Kids. Gonna have that circle, like the Ghostbusters thing. Gonna have the baby on the inside, Stop Having Kids. And on the back, you know, something relating to that on the back. So I'll have like a front and back. And I think I'm gonna make this t-shirt be black with white writing, because we already got some white t-shirts with black writing. And I'm gonna do some black t-shirts and get into some more colors and stuff. Yeah, so that'll be dope. So thanks for that idea. That's the next shirt that's coming out, Stop Having Kids. I like that. That's dope. What else I got to say? Oh yeah, it's been a while, you know. It's been a while. I've been handling other things, you know. Still planning my vacation. Yeah, so just, you know, touching bases with y'all, you know, let you know that I'm still here. And sometimes